Maria Santos held her citizenship paper tightly in a big building in Los Angeles. She was with many other new Americans, each with a unique story. Dr. Chen Wei, a smart scientist, became a citizen quickly due to his special skills. Captain James Okafor also got his citizenship fast because he served in the military. An older woman from El Salvador, holding her grandson's hand, had waited 17 years for her family. Her own path was possible because her son was born in America. Maria's journey took 12 years. It cost her family over $30,000 for lawyers and fees. She came on a tourist visa, then married an American in 2015. Getting her green card was hard, with many questions about her marriage. After 5 years as a permanent resident, she applied for citizenship. People said her path was one of the easier ones. As the judge gave the oath, Maria thought about the different stories in the room. Some won a lottery. Others fled danger. A few invested much money. They all went through what lawyers call the labyrinth. This complex system is hard to understand, even for those who made it. The American dream means hard work can make you American. But the rules are often very difficult. There are many steps, long waits, and requirements that can take decades. Some become citizens just by being born in the U.S. Others need to show special achievements or depend on luck. This book will explore all legal ways to become a U.S. citizen, from the simple to the nearly impossible. 2. Family and work. Becoming a United States citizen often starts with family. This is one of the most common ways people get a green card, which is the first step to becoming a citizen. The U.S. immigration system puts family first, so many laws help families stay together or reunite. There are two main groups for family-based immigration: immediate relatives and family preference categories. Immediate relatives include the spouses of U.S. citizens, their unmarried children who are under 21, and their parents if the citizen is over 21. For these people, the process is usually faster. There is no limit to how many visas can be given each year in this group. They can often get their green card in less than a year, especially if they are already in the United States. However, for other family members, the wait can be very long. These are called family preference categories. They include adult children of U.S. citizens, married children of U.S. citizens, and siblings of U.S. citizens. For adult children, the wait can be 7 to 9 years. Married children might wait 14 to 15 years. Siblings of U.S. citizens often face the longest waits, sometimes 15 to 16 years. If you are from countries like Mexico, India, or the Philippines, this wait can be even longer, up to 24 years. This is because the law sets a yearly limit on how many visas can be given in these groups, and also limits how many people can come from each country. Another way to get a green card and become a citizen is through a job. The U.S. wants skilled workers and people who invest money. One special path is for people with extraordinary ability. This means people who are very good at their job, like Nobel Prize winners or top researchers. They must show they are among the best in their field, with national or international fame. Even with great achievements, proving extraordinary ability can be hard. There are also paths for professionals with advanced degrees or special skills. Often, the employer must prove that no qualified American worker is available for the job. This process can take a long time. For other skilled workers, the waiting lists are very long, sometimes over 10 years for people from certain countries. Wealthy people can also get a green card by investing money in the U.S. This is called the EB-5 investor visa. You must invest at least $800,000 in certain areas or over $1 million in others. You also need to create or keep 10 American jobs. This path is much faster than others, but it is also very costly. Some people criticize it as citizenship for sale. One big problem in both family and work-based immigration is the country limits. These rules mean that only a certain number of people can come from each country every year. This makes waiting times much longer for people from countries with many applicants, like India, China, or the Philippines. A skilled worker from India might wait 15 years for a green card, while a worker with the same skills from a country with fewer applicants might get one in a few months. This shows how your country of birth can greatly affect your path to becoming an American citizen. 3. Born in the USA. The most straightforward path to becoming a United States citizen is simply being born inside the country. This rule is known as jus soli, a Latin term meaning right of the soil. It is based on the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which was put into law in 1868, right after the Civil War. This important amendment states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens. The main reason for this rule was to make sure that formerly enslaved people and their future generations would have full citizenship rights. The United States is one of only about 30 countries in the world that grants automatic citizenship based only on the place of birth. Every year, around 300,000 children are born to parents who are not U.S. citizens. These children automatically become American citizens, gaining all the rights and duties that come with it. A key impact of this rule is that these children, once they turn 21, can later sponsor their parents to immigrate to the U.S. and become permanent residents. This process is sometimes called family reunification by its supporters, as a single birth can help extended family members move to the country. There is a significant ongoing debate about birthright citizenship. Some people believe the rule should change, especially for children born to parents who are in the country without legal permission. For example, one former president tried to issue an executive order to prevent children born to undocumented parents from gaining citizenship. However, federal courts quickly blocked this order, stopping it from taking effect. Legal experts generally agree that the phrase "subject to the jurisdiction thereof" in the 14th Amendment means that only children of foreign diplomats are excluded. The Supreme Court's ruling in United States v. Wong Kim Ark in 1898 clearly upheld birthright citizenship for most people born in the U.S., regardless of their parents' immigration status. American citizenship obtained by birth is highly valued around the world. It provides many benefits, like the ability to travel without a visa to many countries and access to the excellent educational institutions and job markets in the U.S. This value has led to the practice of birth tourism. This is when wealthy foreigners plan their visits to the United States so they can give birth on American soil. Their babies become U.S. citizens, and then the families can return to their home countries. These children grow up with the benefits of dual citizenship. This unique aspect makes birthright citizenship a powerful and often discussed part of the American immigration system. 4. The final test. Chapter 4 talks about naturalization. This is the way permanent residents become full citizens of the United States. It is a very important step for many people. To start, a person must be at least 18 years old. They must also have lived in the U.S. as a permanent resident for 5 years. If they are married to a U.S. citizen, this time is 3 years. People must show they have lived here continuously. They also need to show good moral character. This means they act in a good way in society. Things like not paying child support or lying on old forms can cause problems. Sometimes officials can even ask neighbors about a person's character. Next, applicants must pass 2 important tests, an English test and a civics test. The English test checks if a person can speak, read, and write basic English. There are special rules for older people or those with certain disabilities. The civics test asks about U.S. history, government, and geography. Since 2025, people need to answer 12 out of 20 questions correctly. Before that, it was 6 out of 10. This test shows if a person understands how the country works. After the tests, there is a waiting period. The time can be different for everyone. It can take from 8 months to more than 2 years. This is because officials do many checks, like looking at FBI records. If someone has a common name or has traveled a lot, it might take even longer. The last step is the oath ceremony. Here, new citizens promise their loyalty to the United States. They say they will support the U.S. Constitution. This ceremony can be small or very large. After taking the oath, new citizens get many new rights. They can vote, serve on juries, and work in most federal jobs. They also get a U.S. passport for travel. Very importantly, they are protected from being sent out of the country. This means they are now truly part of the United States. 5. Help for people in danger. Some people come to the United States because they are in danger in their home countries. The U.S. offers special ways to find safety, mainly for refugees and asylum seekers. Refugees apply for protection while outside the United States. U.S. officers check their cases abroad. This process takes many years and can start with help from groups like the United Nations. Asylum seekers are different. They must be inside the United States when asking for safety, regardless of how they arrived. If people fear returning home, they have a crucial, credible fear interview. They must show a good chance they would be harmed if they go back. An officer decides if their fear is strong. If not, they might be sent back quickly. This first step is often difficult. To get asylum, a person must prove past persecution or a strong fear of it. This must be based on 5 reasons: their race, religion, nationality, membership in a specific social group, or their political ideas. For example, a person might fear for their life due to threats or beliefs their government punishes. After passing the credible fear interview, the asylum seeker's case goes to an immigration judge or a USCIS officer. They examine the story and evidence. If asylum is granted, the U.S. believes the person needs protection. Once asylum is granted, the path to citizenship begins. After 1 year with asylum status, they apply for a green card to become a permanent resident. 5 years later, they can apply for naturalization and become a U.S. citizen, similar to other immigrants. The asylum system faces a huge challenge. Over 1.5 million cases are waiting in immigration courts. People often wait many years, sometimes over a decade, for final hearings. This long wait creates great stress for those seeking safety in the United States. 6. Special ways to enter. Not all paths to becoming a U.S. citizen are about family or jobs. Some ways are more special or rare. They depend on luck, service, or very unique situations. One special way is the Diversity Visa Lottery. This program is based on pure chance. Each year, about 55,000 green cards are given out through this lottery. People from countries that do not send many immigrants to the United States can enter. To join, you usually need a high school education or 2 years of work experience in certain jobs. Millions of people apply, hoping to win. If you are chosen, it is just the first step. You still need to pass medical checks, security checks, and interviews. Many winners do not get their visas in the end because they cannot finish these steps in time. This lottery is different from other ways to immigrate because it is random. Past presidents have tried to end the program, but it still exists today. Another unique way to become a citizen is by serving in the U.S. military. The United States has a long tradition of offering citizenship to those who fight for the country. Military members can apply for citizenship faster than other people. They do not have to pay the usual application fees. Also, they do not need to meet the normal time limits for living in the U.S. as a permanent resident first. They can even apply from overseas. This fast process is a way to honor their sacrifice. However, even for service members, there can be delays or problems with their applications. The administration changed some rules for military naturalization in 2018, which made the process slower for some. Despite these issues, serving in the military remains one of the fastest paths to citizenship. There are also very rare ways to become a citizen. One of the rarest is a private bill from Congress. This is when Congress makes a special law for just one person. These bills are for people who have special, hard situations that other immigration laws do not cover. They are very hard to pass and happen only a few times a year. For example, a teenager who faced deportation after his mother died in an accident was able to get a private bill. It shows that sometimes Congress can help in very unique cases. Other special programs help specific groups of people. For example, the Cuban Adjustment Act helps people from Cuba get permanent residency faster. The Violence Against Women Act, VAW, helps people who have been abused by a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. There are also emergency programs that help refugees from wars or natural disasters. These special ways depend on particular laws, political decisions, and how much the public cares about certain situations. They show that while the system is often strict, it can also offer help in special circumstances. 7. Is the system fair? Many people ask if the United States immigration system is fair. When we look closely, we see that it often favors those with money or high levels of education. For example, people who can invest a lot in American businesses may find a faster path to a green card. But for most applicants, the financial costs are very high. Applying for a green card or citizenship needs money for government fees and lawyers. These costs can be many thousands of dollars, which is very difficult for working families to pay. This means that economic status can create big barriers for many people. The country where a person is born also matters greatly. Two people with the same skills might have very different waiting times. Someone from a country with many immigrants to the U.S. might wait for 10 or even 15 years. This can stop their careers. But someone from a country with fewer immigrants could get their green card much faster. This happens because of country limits set by law. It makes the journey to citizenship less about personal skills and more about where a person was born. The system also creates very long delays. Families are often separated for many years. Children grow up without a parent, or parents miss important life moments. This causes much emotional stress and sadness. People live with great uncertainty, making it hard to plan for the future. These long waits also affect the economy. Skilled people who cannot get a green card quickly might not start businesses or take important jobs. They may earn less because employers are not sure they can stay. This means the country loses out on their full skills and new ideas. The time and money lost due to these delays are a real cost to society. Overall, the rules of immigration show what America values and what it worries about. They show that becoming a citizen can be a long, complex, and expensive journey. The system suggests that becoming an American is not a simple right, but a goal that requires great effort, significant money, and much patience. These rules reflect deeper ideas about who should belong and how. 8. The end of the journey. Maria Santos had now been a citizen for 1 year. She voted in elections, and her children could get financial aid for college. But her journey was not truly over. She had petitioned for her elderly mother in El Salvador. Maria had waited 12 years to become a citizen. Now she might wait another 12 years for her mother to join her. This shows that the immigration system is like a long maze. This system has many contradictions. It promises new chances, but makes it hard to get them. It values many cultures, but asks people to fit in. It praises hard work, but also rewards luck or money. The pathways to citizenship show that America is still thinking about who belongs and what it means to be American. The system is complex on purpose. This makes it harder for many people to come to the country, even while looking fair. The long waits act like silent walls. The future of American immigration is not clear. New laws could make it simpler or harder. The demand to become an American is very strong, even with many difficulties. People still want the chance to start fresh and belong. They want the responsibilities and possibilities of being American. For more facts, you can look at official government websites like U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. What do you think is the biggest challenge for people trying to become a citizen?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.